Member for Signal Patience Hill.
Right. So I was getting some challenges to take the mic. Okay. Deputy Presiding Officer, let me thank my Chief Secretary for the opportunity to serve with this glorious team. Let me also thank each member of the executive for your continuous support during the past year. And I also want to thank members of my electoral district of Signal Hill, Patience Hill, Spring Garden, Orange Hill, part of Union, and part of Flambeau. Without you all, I would not have been here today, standing in the house to deliver to you all. Deputy Presiding Officer, I rise to support the motion before this House, which speaks to direct district funding of no less than $150,000 per annum to be placed under the directive of each area representative, that a bipartisan team reviews the policy developed by the Division of Community Development, Youth Development, and Sports before its execution. In lending my support to this measure, Deputy Presiding Officer, I reflect on the numerous and varied calls for support I receive daily from persons in my electoral district. From the continuous interaction with my constituents over the past year, I realize that in many instances, while community-wide projects may cater to the more general needs of most persons, there still remain instances in which dire needs pertinent to individuals, families, and community groups, whether they be sporting, cultural, religious establishment, farmers, fishermen, etc. And I will give an example. I received a call recently from a cultural group requesting financial assistance. Also a call from a sporting group, which I personally had to support from my pocket. I also heard the minority saying a while ago that what $150,000 can do, well, let me advise you, sir, that $150,000 will do well for all electoral districts in Tobago. Yeah. In light of this, Deputy Presiding Officer, this proposed funding I view as a means whereby an effort can be made to meet some of the requests which comes my way. The ultimate aim being the improvement of the standard of living and quality of life of persons in my district and those of the wider population in Tobago. Deputy Presiding Officer, as in common throughout Tobago, it is absolutely necessary that special attention be given to the vulnerable among us, including, not limited to our senior citizens, the unemployed, and as most of us will know now, the youths who are at risk, who are in dire need of assistance, persons with disabilities, as my colleague, Assemblyman Morrison spoke a while ago about having a ramp. It will assist in that area also. Single-parent households. Persons in this group, Deputy Presiding Officer, often find it difficult to meet even the most basic requirements for living. Further, Deputy Presiding Officer, While critical needs may abound, my vision for my district also extends to the promotion of an enhanced economic environment fueled by the entrepreneurial activities of persons in Signal Hill, Patience Hill, Orange Hill, Spring Garden, part of Flambeau, part of Union. Towards this end, I foresee the upgrade of the skills of those interested in small and medium enterprises as one means whereby some persons can become active agents of economic growth within my electoral district rather than passive dependence on the Tobago House of Assembly. Deputy Presiding Officer, there is a wealth of opportunity within my electoral district. And I will want to say that my electoral district only, but I will say it in Tobago, where most of us have pan sides, cultural groups, football clubs. Like my area, for example, have 2 football clubs that take part in the Tobago Football Association, village councils, police youth clubs. I also have secondary, primary, and preschools in my area. Many of these mentioned here will be well served by an injection of funds such as this motion proposes. Yes. I can assist my pan side with a uniform, or I can buy some football equipment for my football club in my area. And it is my understanding from what Assemblyman Terence Baines spoke earlier. Deputy Presiding Officer, this funding opportunity I realized must be handled with care, and as such, the execution of programs of support will be handled with due diligence and proper accounting to ensure accountability and transparency. Me ain't talking about no corruption thing, man. Real thing we're talking about. Yes. Proper accountability to the people of Tobago. Deputy Presiding Officer, overall, I would like to see the benefit of these funds in my district and all other districts in Tobago. And towards this end, we will support and encourage ideas from as many persons as possible to ensure the benefits of this venture extends to all Tobagonians. Deputy Presiding Officer, with all that I have said, I want to reaffirm my support to this motion to the House because I envision this as a benefit to all persons living on this greatest little island on the planet that we call Tobago. Yes, Madam Deputy Presiding Officer, let me close by saying, may God continue to bless us all for this new year of 2023, and may He continue to bless our leader, our Chief Secretary, Farley Chavez Augustine, for leading us thus far out of bondage. I thank you.